I just literally like brushed my teeth, but I did it with without my hair tied up, so it was like a game of Twister. I was flipping and flapping all over the place. I have no intention of plucking my eyebrows, so I'm just gonna use my zhuzher, my little zhuzher. Right, okay. Anyway, here we all are. Firstly, I should probably apologize for just like disappearing the way I've done. Trying to get myself into the middle of the camera, and it ain't working very well for me. Yeah, I did a huge big disappearing on this channel anyway, and I do apologize. I took Christmas off, which, like, fair enough. That's what we do when you've got kids, especially. But then I kind of just I took Christmas off, and I was like, yeah, okay, this is lovely. And I got a book. I bought myself a book. Yay. So I started reading this book on giving up smoking, and my plan was to vlog my whole way through it. But actually, when it came down to it, it was a very personal journey. I know that sounds really faffy of me to say, but it was a really personal journey. And I ate the book, like literally I flew through the book, because I was too ready at that stage. Let's get on with this while I'm talking, because otherwise I will be here all day. Yeah, I was really ready to give up smoking. I smoked for 22 years. 22 years. And here we are, right? It's now Sunday, so it is a week since I finished the book and extinguished my last cigarette. And I'm doing really good, so I thought I would jump on here. I'm going out later, and I would just do it, get ready with me for the vlog channel, and we shall discuss the goings on of the past week or two, because I've got loads to share with you, loads of insights and inspiration and all that kind of jizz and jazz. It's January, so you know, these things have got to be done. So anyway, where was I? Yes, I smoked for 22 years. Now, I'm not endorsing smoking. It's actually the worst decision you could possibly make is to pick up that first cigarette. And if the first cigarette doesn't get you hooked, the first lot of cigarettes doesn't get you hooked, their lives would be a lot better. So anyway, the eyes are concealed. Yeah, smoking for 22 years. I tried to give them up once over 22 years. I tried to give them up once. You know, and I didn't even really put that much effort in it. I went on the patches the first time, and myself and the kid's dad, we were together at this time, and we both kind of did it in around the same time, and it was cursed. From minute one, it was cursed, simply because we had each other as this kind of a weird crutch, where when you did have a craving for nicotine, or like a craving to be smoking, we just literally take it out on each other. So you'd start a fight near enough on purpose, and then be like, oh, he's the reason I want a cigarette, she's the reason I want a cigarette. So it was really doomed from the start. But after that experience, I think I lasted a few months. That experience lasted a few months, and it was just, you know, futile, really. I mean, as much as me and him, we did fight a lot, it got a hell of a lot worse when we were both off cigarettes. So after that, I didn't really pay much mind to it. I mean, the odd time the kids would make a comment or something like that, and I'd be like, yeah, I'll do it soon. By the way, got this for Christmas, so we are going to try and create some sort of a look out of this. There's some fantastic colours in it. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? I've used it a few times and I really like it. So we're going to try and make a look out of this. So yeah, smoked for 22 years. Try and gave up once in the past, you know. Yeah. I was really, people fault my commitment. I committed myself to smoking. I was doing that for 22 years, you know. So I don't have a problem with commitment. Doesn't matter what any of y'all say. When I moved away from my family and I was kind of totally independent, so 5-6 years ago now, I wasn't living with my family. I've lived by myself since I was about 20. But ever since then, I've been smoking kind of tobacco. So it'd be like, make your own cigarettes, which apparently, according to the smokers you will talk to, would be like, oh, well, every roll fag is equal to one actual cigarette from a packet. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest with you. All I know is I wanted to quit. So I would have been smoking between 20 and 30 of those homemade cigarettes a day. You know, your girl was seriously committed to this life. So the book finally came and I thought to myself, okay, we're going to get rid of all the Christmas madness and mayhem. And we did that. We got over that. That was grand. This is a nice colour. It's called cookie dough. That was fine. And then New Year came and went, and I don't give up stuff on New Year's the way everybody else does, because again, doomed to failure. Because once somebody goes around you, everybody else will go. So I took up cleaning my makeup brushes for New Year's, and if you saw my last vlog, I did it. I cleaned them once. But, you know, they're cleaned. So yeah, that came and went. And then the weekend after New Year's, I picked up that book. And I read it and read it and read it and read it until we got to the final kind of few chapters. And by that stage, I was cutting down. I was aware of my smoking a hell of a lot more. So I was cutting down big time. Not the book, you're just not supposed to stop smoking while you're reading the book, but the book just had this effect on me where it made me very aware of the amount I was smoking. So on the kind of Saturday, I went from kind of 30 to smoking back in around 10. And I was doing that as well. And then on the Sunday evening, so Sunday last week, 7 days ago, at 11 o'clock, I extinguished my last cigarette. And day one, I mean, the kids were aware of what was going on. I had to sit them down. I had to talk to them and explain to them that I could be snappier and stuff could kind of fall apart for a few weeks and stuff like that. So I had them primed. They were ready to deal with me. They were so ready to deal with me. So they were primed and ready to go. And I remember on last Monday, was obviously the first week of the kids going back to school as well. So we had a lot of different like changes in our routines, which I feel like it helped. I definitely feel like that helped a lot. So we got up on Monday morning and I remember Charlie was sat down having his breakfast. Now, I know for a fact that when you quit, you don't give up. When you quit, when you free yourself from the poison you've been putting into your body for all these years, you miss the routine cigarettes more than anything. And my routine would always be kids up, breakfast in the morning. When they go upstairs to get dressed, I will have a cup of tea and I will have a cigarette. So the first morning I was very unsure about my life. I did not know what to make of it. And Charlie actually asked me how I was feeling. And at that stage, it was early enough into the process. I think it was very clever extinguishing the cigarette and then going to sleep. You know, because I was like less aware, I guess. Anyway, so Charlie asked me the next morning, he was like, how are you feeling? Because he's such a caring little boy, I love him so much. And I remember on Monday, there were these, especially Monday morning, there were these wafts of fear. Like actual legitimate fear. It was the weirdest experience ever. And it happened a good few times on Monday morning. Like the first couple of hours into it, because you don't know. It's the unknown as much as anything else. I was afraid of so much. I was afraid of not smoking because it's all I'd known for so long. I was afraid of failing. I was afraid of giving up this campaign to give up smoking. I was afraid of an awful lot. So, you know, there was overwhelming pangs of fear, which I noticed the fear a lot more than I noticed that I wanted a cigarette. I noticed feeling afraid and anxious, which I shouldn't really have done because the medicine for my back is supposed to make all that go away. I think that's the look we're going to go for today because I can't fit any more eyeshadow on my eyes and I can't really be overly bothered. We're not going anywhere too fancy. But yeah, the fear was very prominent on Monday morning. And then I kept myself amused. I had a little routine set out for myself. And I kept myself amused all day on Monday. And I remember we went out for lunch on Monday afternoon. And I went out with my friend. And I just remember once lunchtime came and went. And after lunch would be another time where I'd go out at the restaurant and have a cigarette. Ridiculous behaviour, I know. After lunchtime came and went anyway. We were just walking around the shops, you know, amusing my brain. And my friend said, how are you doing? How are you feeling? And I was like, do you know what? I feel great. I mean, the wafts of fear were coming and going, not as much. They kind of got less and less and less as the day progressed. So by lunchtime, there was like one waft of fear followed by 20 minutes of complete and utter positivity. Like the positivity, if I could bottle it and sell it, I would. It was unreal. I just felt amazing. I quite simply just can't do eyeliner, apparently. So yeah, the positivity then started to kick in, and I realised, you know what? None of the process was actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, none of it. I got patches from the doctor because I wanted to ensure that once I had put out that final cigarette, that I wasn't going to light up another cigarette. So I did get patches because I do understand the process and the fact that your body needs to kind of get used to not having nicotine in it, etc, etc, etc. But a week on and I haven't used one patch. Like, I honestly haven't. The book is called it was by Alan Carr. And anytime anybody asks and I tell them it's Alan Carr, they go, the comedian. No, it's not the freaking comedian. No, it's not the comedian Alan Carr. I don't know if he smokes. It's not my business, really. Anyway. Yeah, Alan Carr, not the comedian, but the author of The Easy Way. And it has actually been... I mean, I've had bad days. Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday were great. Because I had stuff to do. Thursday, great, I had stuff to do. Friday, I was waiting in for deliveries. So, Friday was tough. I just wanted to get away from myself on Friday. Saturday was again pretty much similar. I had an awful lot of kind of waiting to do. And God, I hate waiting at the best of times, but waiting when, you know, you don't have your normal go-to when you're waiting was a bit of a killer. But it's all just down to routine. I figured that out. It's all just down to routine. I've had to kind of pick myself up. I've had to pick myself up yesterday and Friday. And just be like, girl, come on. You got this. Because the hard part is literally over. The nicotine has all left my system. The cravings are going to get less and less from here on in. I just need to cop myself on. You know? It is as simple as that. So overall, the past week, it's been stressful. I have snapped at the kids a few times. I'm not going to lie and pretend that I'm Miss Perfect. And I have wanted to kind of crawl into a hole and just like make the world leave me alone. But I haven't done it. You know, I've continued on, I've persevered because I do believe in myself. I do believe that I can do this and I do believe that I will do it. So yeah, the bad moments come and go. You've got your kind of like, your times when you would like regimentally always have a cigarette. So mine would have been the morning and then in around 7 o'clock in the evening once dinner's done and I've sat down. I would then go and have a cigarette with a cup of tea. I mean, tea and cigarettes. I really should give up tea as well. That would really make everything easier for everybody. But I'm not going to do that. One thing at a time, sweet Jeebus. I'm not in the mood to go with like full on foundation. So we're just going to go in with our CC cream, which is Aldi's version of BB cream. But I find it really, really nice on your skin. Yeah. We've had good minutes, we've had bad minutes, and I'm kind of glad that I chose to do it personally as opposed to vlog at all, because people would probably have thought I was losing my shit, really. Because when the bad minutes happen, you could easily jump on your camera in the bad minutes and be like, I'm going to kill my children. I'm going to get my neighbour and I'm going to put her in a headlock and she's never going to see the light of day and all that kind of stuff. And you actually don't mean it, but your tolerance levels tend to be slightly lower. As I said, we're on day 7 now. No, day 6. Tonight at 11 o'clock we'll have done a full week. And I figure every time I do get kind of anxious or agitated or just kind of going and I can't do this buzz, I think about all the time I have done it. I downloaded a quit tracker as well. So when I do kind of go, oh, I can't do this and get a bit negative, I will open that up, see what benefit I've done myself so far, what benefit overall I am doing myself. And that will kind of put me in more of a pleasant spot. I had a minute like that this morning when I was having my tea and sat down, and it was kind of, the kids aren't here this weekend. You know, I've got nothing really that much to focus on. But like everything else, all these firsts, I have to experience them. And I'm kind of getting as much as I can out of the way as quick as I can. For my own sanity, I guess. But yeah, I opened, I was getting antsy and like there was nobody here, and I was like, nobody'd know. You know, nobody'd know. But I'm a non-smoker. I don't need a cigarette. And I opened my app and I read the benefits, and I think it's 196 cigarettes I haven't smoked over the course of this week. Why ruin that? I mean, once it hit over kind of 10 cigarettes, every single time you do get a little bit antsy or something, and you go on that, you're like, why ruin it? I've come this far. So overall, as much as there are bad bits, this way anyway, I don't know about any other way, but this way has been a pleasant experience, which I know sounds weird, but the psychological approach that the book has, is unreal. It really, 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 really is unreal. And I would advise, I mean, in my head, if one goes to the doctor and says to the doctor, I want to give up smoking, the first thing the doctor should do is recommend that book rather than, oh, here's a nicotine replacement. You know, you can give up smoking, but we have to make sure the nicotine stays in your system. You don't actually. And I'm living proof. I'm kind of coming from the perspective, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm nervous about using this concealer. This is, you know, my favourite concealer. I always rave on about it. But it's after been through the wash this week. So I don't know if it's going to make my skin explode or what's going to happen. After, I think, day 5, the feeling of satisfaction and pride in yourself just kind of, it's off the chart. I mean, this book promises kind of no weight gain or anything like that. And I can see how it would, but for me, at the times when I would, like the 7 o'clock and the first thing in the morning, I have had extra food available to me. And in the evening time also, I will probably eat a little bit more. But I don't mind that because, you know, weight is something you can lose. My plan is to rebuild my lungs right now. But I've gone for blueberries because their texture, I find there's something kind of satisfying in the texture of like biting into a blueberry. I know that sounds so strange, but I am so strange. We're just going to stick on a little bit more concealer to cover all your old. Yeah, overall this experience has just been, even when I say it out loud, it sounds weird, but it's been beautiful. Like, it really, really has been a beautiful experience. I mean, personally, I feel like I have spent the past 1.5 to 2 years reading all these self-help books, which people will kind of go and look at you really weird for reading them. Don't care about those people. But I spent all that kind of time and invested all that time building up to something like this, where I can make a huge change in my life, and as opposed to feel like I'm struggling or suffering, just have a sense of pride in yourself. So I feel like all those books have benefited me. I mean, they benefit me in my everyday life. Let's be real. There is not one book I've read in the past few years which I haven't, it's not in the back of my mind somewhere. Even like, I mean, I can't get my head around the mindfulness. I keep trying. So, but I am actually starting an 8-week course on Friday. It's just a local course. and maybe actually putting it into practice is what I need to do with regards to mindfulness. But even at that, there are bits from the first mindfulness book. I haven't started on the second one yet because it's just too big. It's down by my bed and I'm just like, nah. I've learned something from every book. I mean, and I've put it into practice. So I think in all, we are doing well. So I do. I didn't have blusher. But yeah, all in all, so far, if anybody is thinking about giving up smoking or considering it, or, you know, if you're not, and I may have changed your mind, sorry, I may have changed your mind a little bit, this video has been a win. But I would highly, highly recommend you try the Alan Carr way before you go putting more poison and drugs into your system. I would definitely recommend that everybody should give it a go. I mean, what's the worst that's happened? You've bought a book, you spent a tenner, it hasn't worked, that's okay. You know? But the chances of it working are quite high, if I'm going to be real with you and be honest with you. They are quite high because it's a learning curve. But yeah, if you are thinking about it, if you're considering it, go for it. It is one of the most freeing experiences. Look at my fat wiggle. One of the most freeing experiences that I've ever had. And also the kind of the sense of self and what you've achieved is unreal. You know, every day is an achievement. And every day will be an achievement. And I'm not going kind of rattling for a cigarette or anything. I'm just going, girl, you've done another day, you know? And those days will get easier and they will get shorter. I have completely lost my eyeshadow. No, my eyebrow stuff. So I'm going to use the stupid Makeup Gallery stuff and some eyebrow gel that I don't even know where it came from. And we'll see how we get on. That's all we can do. I'm not going to try. I have made the decision to go back to normal from Monday onwards. So today is Sunday. We're going to go out and do the shopping and get a bite to eat. And from Monday onwards, it's business as normal. So from Monday onwards, we'll be getting vlogs in the car and me giving out about the kids and all that kind of craziness. And yeah, because I've had my week now. I've had time to get used to this. I'm not going to be changing my whole life and my whole routine just because of this one tiny little bit of my life that's changed. So it'll be kind of the school runs will be the vlog time and stuff like that. And if we're in the house, I've also got a few really, really interesting videos coming up on my main channel as well. So I'm looking forward to them. Got a good bit of editing to do, but we won't go into that right now, you know? One step at a time. Isn't that right? At this stage, regards to my eyebrows, don't know what I'm doing. I think I should probably just leave them at that. So yeah, I mean, apart from that, I've not done much with myself this week. Apart from lose my eyebrow brush. Meh. I don't understand why things go missing. Why me? Why always me? As Mario Balotelli would say. Yeah, I've not done much, but as I say, you know, I'm 1/3 of a way to the whole 21 days creates a habit now. So we're going back to normal. We cannot spend our lives in limbo waiting because I already feel good. I'm already a non-smoker. I don't need to smoke anymore. I'm good. So it's back to normal with a mixture of a little bit of extra madness because I've got more time on my hands now. So yeah, normal service will resume on Monday, and at some stage I might even get myself a highlighter brush. I don't know. I feel rather phlegmy. That's one thing I do not like because I don't like coughing, which as a smoker I suppose that's a weird thing to come out with. But yeah, I've never enjoyed coughing as an ex-smoker. But I've like my lungs, my breathing feels better. But I feel like I've got phlegm at the back of my throat all the time. So that needs to go. I'm going to go back to the doctor next week, explain to him why I didn't use the patches and that nobody actually needs the patches. I'm going to school him. That's far too much highlighter. But anyway, see me from space. Highlighter is brighter than my future, yo. And I'm going to see if he can give me anything just kind of to melt away the extra mucus or phlegm or whatever it is. I hate all those words, to be honest with you. I'll work from there. But either way, we are on a really, really good path at the moment. And as I said, normal service will resume. Normal service will resume on Monday. So yeah, I will see you all then. I'm going to go now. I'm going to get dressed and maybe put a bra on. You never know. And get the shopping in and go out for lunch. But I will see you all next week. Thank you so much for watching this video. As I said, if you are planning on giving up smoking, come with me. Do it with me. Take this gosh darn journey and, you know, let's make it ours. New videos up on my main channel, and there will be another new one next Wednesday, which is really good. So subscribe, give that a watch, give that a thumbs up, and I will see you all next week. Bye.